Hello, people. There's no mountain behind me, as you can see. I am home. You can see my laundry, beach towel over there, and I'm sitting on the balcony, and it's very windy today. Um, yeah, let's see if we can flip it. This is my neighborhood. See the palm tree, all cool. So, yeah, I'm not on the mountain today. I didn't go to the mountain today because I decided to listen to my body. As I said in my TikTok, because I'm on TikTok now too. I always try and find the camera. So it's not that my eyes are like messed up. It's just that I forget that the camera is actually over there, and I look over here. So so maybe I should look there. Okay. So yeah, rest and recovery. So for the last 2 or 3 days, I haven't been sleeping well. I think it's because the late summiting, and after summiting, I think I'm you're like still full of energy and you struggle to sleep. So I need to figure out a new system that works better. I used to have a really good system before I went on my trip to Frankfurt and Athens about a month ago. So I think I need to try and get myself back to that. So I'm going to use the rest of December for that because I want January to be. I want it to run like not like a German train, a Japanese train, because German trains can be late. They can. Yeah, you Germans aren't as good as you used to be. I don't know what happened. But the Japanese trains, if a Japanese train arrives 1 minute late, you'll get a refund on your ticket. How awesome is that? That'll never happen here in South Africa. But yeah. So there we go. ADHD taking over. So yeah, tired. Last night I had 2 hours of sleep because I was struggling to sleep. I was also working on my CV, and then also I had to take. Well, I promised, and I always do my best to follow through on my promises. I took Maria, who I met on the mountain, who we've become friends. She's Moldovan but lives in Köln, Frankfurt. Hello, Maria. Her time in Cape Town came to end. She's going to Namibia, and she's now in Namibia. I've seen her photos. She's in the desert and enjoying it. Yeah. So I was up at like 3:30 a.m. or whatever. I think I set the alarm for like 10 past 3, and then I snoozed it until like 20 to 4. And then, us guys, we take 5 minutes to get dressed. So boom, boom, in the car. I'm at her place in Adderley Street, 1 minute past 4 a.m. in the morning. Took her to the airport. And the only place open was Wimpy, so I haven't had a Wimpy in a while. So I had a hot chocolate and a sandwich, toasted sandwich there. Came back and tried to sleep, and that wasn't going to work. Never try going back to sleep when you wake up early. It's just, we will wake up worse, and now, luckily I didn't. So now I think, what's the time now? The time now is 21 minutes past 8. So I think I'm just gonna, after this, go shower, head to bed, and DJ Pillow, Club Duvet vibes. It's important to look after yourself. It's part of mental fitness. Looking after your mental fitness. Emotional regulation becomes very difficult when you're tired and wired, and it's like a debt you pay after a while. If you don't get enough sleep, that debt will come and haunt you. So for the last 3 or 4 days, I haven't been getting my 6 hours at least. I actually need 8 to be optimal, but 6 hours is the bare minimum. And then yeah, I'm in debt to sleep, and I need to go sleep. My body's not feeling great, and also don't want to get sick, because I know that your immune system just goes down if you don't get enough sleep. So that's how important sleep is. Guys, get your sleep. You got to sleep. If you want to lose weight, sleep. If you want to build muscle, sleep. If you want to, you know, remember the stuff you studied, sleep. If you want to have a clear mental capacity in the next day, sleep. Sleep is sleep, sleep. So for those people who brag about being night owls, it's not a brag. You're being silly. So get some sleep. I need to get some sleep. You can see my puffy eyes. Look at my eyes. Today I use this trick I learned from a gentleman that I interviewed the other day, JV, who is like the champion sommelier of South Africa. When I interviewed him, he was also, I don't think he had a good night's sleep. So, and his eyes were like puffy. So he took ice and he put the ice on his, and then he looked much better. And I'm like, wow, okay. So I did that today. I shoved ice in my eyes. It didn't work for too long. So, mental fitness. And also, I mean, I've got 320 summits left. I'm on 670. So I've got 330, 330 left. And I've got over 400 days to do it. So I obviously want to take some holiday next year, maybe even go to Greece and to Germany, see my peeps. So I need to sort of factor in all this. So maybe, this has made me think about my routine for the weekly routine. So I need to see how many I need to pump in a week to be safe. And I don't think it's wise to summit every day. Ooh, that wind. I'm gonna have to catch this camera soon. Welcome to Cape Town. So I wanted to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Maybe summit 4 days of the week where I'll have to do some doubles, which is fine. After a while your body, like, obviously don't start with doubles. You have to like get your body into it. And then after a while, I mean, it's just like a freaking marathon after a while, like, or a run. Your body gets used to it. So it's just, conditioning. So once I get a good system going, like Vinny who got his 1,000 already, Vincent, from Lion 500, he was pumping in like 6 on the weekend. It's like 3 times on Saturday and 3 times on Sunday, which is brilliant. He got to his first 500 and then he got to his 1,000 like recently. And so that was pretty awesome. And he has inspired me. Vincent Clayton, thanks for inspiring me to get back on the horse. I got to get this done, but I got to get it done right. And I got to survive it. And my body needs to be happy. So we got to do some self-care, rest. I mean, you're a plant. You got to get some sunshine, you got to get some water, you got to get some food, plant food, you got to get some rest. And you got to play some positive music. Some people listen to I'm not gonna judge you, but I don't know how that puts you in a positive state. Or maybe they don't have a positive state and they need to like express themselves. Nothing against that music, if we want to call it music, but yeah, I do find music has a massive effect on me. It can make me feel depressed, happy, all this. It's quite a thing I've noticed. I from like after getting back in May from my terrible catharsis of a situation, I in Frankfurt, I got back in June and I just created a playlist called Beast Mode, and it's a lot of angry music. And I was always a rock person, and somehow, if you look at that playlist, there's a lot of hip hop and rap and hectic stuff on there. But it worked for me. I went to gym 4 days a week. I exercised all my demons, but I found that it was also important to sort of make friends with your demons and have a drink with them and ask them what's up. Why are you here? You got to do the introspection and sort that out. So for that, at some point you're gonna have to switch off the Eminem and the Siege and Kanye West and all, Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park. So much. Maybe I'll talk about my playlist another time. But that was a lot of it. Notorious B.I.G., Tupac. That's right. I'm a 90s kid. Who else? Anyway, music. At some point, you have to make peace with your demons, and the kind of music that I ended up listening to in Greece, and yeah, Collective Soul. That was like a blast from the past. Who remembers Collective Soul? It was such a nice, like throwback. Imagine Dragons. What else was I listening to? I love listening to movie soundtracks, and sometimes the Marvel and DC ones are pretty good. Or for my angry movie, which I think I call that list playlist "Walking into War," because you feel like, I'm gonna go to war. And John Wick is a lot of John Wick stuff there. I did feel like John Wick though, and it's a very similar feeling. Nobody took my dog or killed my dog, but they did do something to something I love dearly. But that's besides the point. So, if you're keeping up with this conversation, you probably have ADHD, because I have it, and it takes a talent to keep up. And I hope I'm entertaining you, not waffling on too much. I'm on 12 minutes, about to go to 13 minutes. And yeah, we're going to go back to I'm home. What's a bit weird for me is that my actual home is not the flat that I've lived in for since 2018, and I shared it with Jackie, who's she's my sister, my pandemic sister, because we survived pandemic together. We did a lot of stuff to survive. When I say that, I mean, when you work in hospitality, you have to be very creative with how you make money. And yeah, I was involved in the black markets. Of course I was. I'm Greek. That's how we roll. I was selling alcohol, and didn't really want to sell cigarettes though. But if you know so many winemakers and you want to support them, and some people want to get happy with Bible juice, then you can be the middleman. But Jackie was also it was great to speak to someone during that time, and I think we both sort of were our own therapy for each other. And so that flat will be very special to me all the time. Very, very special. And now, because I was supposed to move to Frankfurt a month ago, and that fell through, which I'm not upset about it. I'm actually relieved in a way, because it gives me more time to prep. But I had to find another house, so I moved into my neighbor's house. So I'm sharing a flat with my neighbor, and the new tenants have moved into my house. So it's so surreal. And I even today asked my friend, who's the property agent, Forty from Realty Atlas, if you ever need property agents who care about your properties and are go-getters and get it done, Greek style. You speak to Fortis Solis from Realty Atlas, he'll sort you out. Rentals and sales, commercial and residential. Yeah, I was speaking to him and I said, this is very weird. And I asked him, when do I introduce myself to them? Because we're probably going to bump into each other. So like, I was like, okay, let's just let it organically happen. If you see me doing this, is because I am really tired, and when I'm tired or nervous or upset, I think it's like a tick, but I'm tired. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and thanks for listening, and see you guys on the mountain tomorrow. I'll see if I can put it into tomorrow, but I want to get a decent amount of sleep. Like my Garmin must say tomorrow, like, you had brilliant sleep, because this Garmin Phoenix 7 Sapphire is quite strict. He can be an ass. Like, you had the best sleep ever, and then it tells you, meh. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow. Can't believe it's almost 20 minutes again, but it's YouTube. Like it, comment, ask me questions, give me advice. And yes, I'm an Arsenal supporter, so the advice here is to be don't mess with me, because our hearts have been broken 1,000 times. So if you want to pick on us, we know exactly what to say back to you. Especially if you're currently a Man City supporter, shut up. Liverpool, well done. I begrudgingly have to say well done for doing so well. But it's not even halfway through the season. Okay, very football stuff. But yeah, go Arsenal. I'll explain why I'm an Arsenal supporter another time. But yeah, this is my favorite shirt of theirs, though. It's cool. Okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna go sleep. Shower and then sleep. Okay, look after yourselves. Remember, mountains are medicine, but staying at home, having a nice warm shower, and watching your favorite series for a little bit, and just shutting down, or even sitting in silence, or sitting with your cat on your chest, or something like that. That's also medicine. So, yeah, look after yourselves, and don't forget to like and comment, and don't forget to look after yourselves, and hug the person next to you. Life is short. Yeah. Adios.